It's been a very turbulent year, Julie. We can ask only ourselves how Europe fared and what the future looks like for European countries. We have the survey, and you have this amazing insight. Can you tell us a bit about this survey and what it tells us about Europe's resilience as we emerge from the pandemic, and the perspective and the future a bit?
2020 was really a time of volatility and change. If you think about it, we had the global pandemic, we had the new US president, we had a trade deal between the UK and the EU, we had more than 12 million European job losses, and frankly, an unprecedented stimulus package to really help rescue the European economy. Despite all of these things, FDI into Europe, foreign direct investment, only declined by 13%. And in fact, we expect it to rebound pretty swiftly. I would say that tells us that Europe is really perceived to be a stable environment with an abundant supply of skilled labor, robust infrastructure, political stability, and a large addressable market. Those are the four factors that really make Europe incredibly attractive. There's a huge amount of optimism out there, in fact, and it's growing as we move forward into 2021. We really see a focus on technology. On the back of this pandemic, all of COVID-19 accelerated the customer digital experiences, and effectively there's much more digital, physical and digital work environments. There's more automated production lines and much more automation happening in the back office. Second, I was really surprised that 90% of businesses say that sustainability is absolutely crucial to their long-term investment strategy decisions. And so European flavor regulation and drive towards sustainability and related regulation is having an impact. Third, Europe needs to get the right balance in long-term versus short-term economic stimulus. They've been on the right track, helping businesses in the short term through the pandemic, and then launching the large resilience and recovery facility, over 700 billion, to help for the future. The last point I would make, and you've probably been reading a lot about that recently, especially around the G20, is that tax harmonization and reforms are going to be key to the future. So 4 things to do: digital, sustainability, getting the balance on the stimulus, and don't forget, please, tax harmonization and reform. 4 things to really make Europe and businesses attractive for the future.
Yeah, that's super interesting. Thank you very much, Julie. One last question. I'd like to narrow the focus a little bit on Italy. What are your thoughts on this country, and how will it rebound in months ahead? We know that Italy has had a very steep GDP decline back in 2020, but now it seems pretty well placed for the recovery. What are your thoughts about the country?
You know, I think Italy has been extremely resilient, and it's managed to increase its attractiveness over the past years. Do you know that the number of foreign direct investments initiatives, they've grown by 5%? Italy has, in my view, an unrivaled opportunity with PNRR across the political and institutional spectrum, a common goal now to really transform the country. And I can say that the time has come. It's never been more favorable for true sustainability growth. So lots of optimism also around Italy in terms of what we can do. If you look at our study, there's more statistics to back that. Like 48% of the managers we interviewed said they're ready to invest, and 60% felt that the attractiveness of Italy would be increasing over the next 3 years. This speaks of optimism, but it also speaks of the need for Italy to be courageous in its reform. The government and the country is now more than ever ready to really take on these challenges and to become one of Europe's top destinations for foreign direct investment.
Thank you so much, Julie. These are excellent points, and I'm sure that a lot of people will be interested in this. There is this reform action, and plus Italy is encouraged by many factors, among them actually even this football victory, which has brought so much excitement here. Let's see what happens. It'll be super interesting to develop.
Come on, Italy is the champion for the future, supported by the reforms. The optimism is great. It's looking really bright.